Hi, welcome to the Tournament Center. I'm Zac Hill here with Tzu-Ching Kuo, recently off his victory at the World Magic Cup. He's playing a deck called Robots today, and we're going to hear a little bit about that. Tell us, why did you decide to play this deck today?
Actually, I decided to play this Affinity deck after I finished the Barcelona.
Oh, yeah?
Because I think in the playing championship, every player is the best in the world. So maybe I think I cannot outplay everyone. So I try to do an aggressive deck like Affinity.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and that's an important thing to consider is the caliber of your opposition. Now, this is a different deck from the deck you played 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, indeed.
Why is that?
Because I think first of all, I don't want to play the same deck.
Sure.
In the
people will be attacking it.
Yeah. So maybe I make because the blue-white angel deck.
Right.
I play in the Grand Prix Yokohama.
Oh yeah.
And I think this deck can do well against some junk or some creature deck. So I think in the World Cup, not many people play test modern.
Right. Yeah, of course.
So maybe I can outplay them. Yeah. This is in my opinion.
Right. In this tournament, everyone's playtesting this because this is the format everyone plays. No, that's very good reasoning actually. So let's talk about some of the cards that make this deck work.
Sure.
What do you think are, I see 0 mana 0/2s, I see 0 mana 1/1s.
Yep.
You're obviously playing those for a reason. What are some of the cards that make this deck work?
I think the most important card is this one.
Oh yeah?
And some card help me to find the important card.
Well, in fact, you're playing 2 Steelshaper's Gift when all they do is search out Cranial Plating.
Indeed.
Why is that card so important?
Because I think in the active deck, the most important thing is to deal a lot of damage in the turn 1 or turn 2. So if I can do increment in turn 1, maybe I can deal 10 damage next turn.
Right.
And if you have too many spells in your hand, but maybe you have no time to deal with all the creatures.
Yes, and let's talk about what some of those creatures are. You've got Memnite as a 0 mana 1/1. Ornithopter is a 0 mana 0/2, clearly just trying to get creatures onto the board.
Yeah.
Frogmite, very cheap 2/2. Now Signal Pest is capable of dealing a lot of damage at once too. How many games are decided by just this card when you can't put together a Cranial Plating?
Sorry?
Do you win a lot of games just by playing like Ornithopter, Memnite, Signal Pest?
Sure.
Or do you really need a larger threat than that?
Yeah, because it can pump other creatures.
Right.
So I think this creature is more important than others.
Sure.
And I think this one
Etched Champion right here.
It's most important against like Delver deck now because he protection from everything.
Right.
Yeah, and some Delver decks now running too many removal.
Oh yeah.
So maybe this is only one he cannot deal with.
So, right, because I look at this card, and you see a 3 mana 2/2, which is not what people get excited about a lot.
Sure.
What is the protection ability important because it dodges removal? Is it important because it gets through blockers? Why is this card, that vital to the deck?
Because 3 mana 2/2 maybe look like not very good, but
right.
The only advantage is you cannot kill him.
Sure.
That is the most important point.
Right. Path to Exile, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Helix, none of those touch this guy.
And I think if the Delver deck, maybe he will Sideboard out the counter spell.
Oh, okay.
So maybe this can doing well in the match, I think.
Sure. And now finally, there's a card I've got to talk about. We've seen Galvanic Blast to deal more damage, Shrapnel Blast to give you extra range. But coming out of sort of one of the old nemesis of Magic, one of the most infamous cards of all time, Arcbound Ravager makes an appearance here. Is he more like additional Cranial Platings? Do you want to put his counters on Etched Champion? What exactly is his role in a deck that doesn't have some of the cards like Disciple of the Vault, Skull Clamp, that made him good, you know, almost a decade ago?
Yeah, in the old vision, people play the Steel Overlord.
Yeah, Steel Overseer.
Instead of this.
Right.
But I think the modern now is very fast.
Sure.
And too many removal.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
I have no time to use the
Right.
Overlord's ability.
Right.
So I think against removal, it's better than Steel
Sure.
Overlord.
So you're taking into account the fact that your opponent's trying to just kill all of your creatures.
Yeah.
Now, you talked about how fast Modern is. I'm looking at your mana base now. Some of the most appealing cards to me in the deck are Mox Opal and Springleaf Drum that are really almost like just Moxes in this deck.
Yes.
Are these some of the key reasons that you want to play a deck like this?
Yes. Maybe I can lay one land, Mox drop, and zero mana creature.
Right.
And maybe you can put 2 mana spell in one turn.
Right.
The perfect hand is I can cast every spell in my hand in turn 1. And
Yeah.
he never play any land.
Yeah, and no
it's
other
perfect.
deck in the format can do that.
Yes.
The other thing these cards do is, you know, I'm seeing your deck. You don't have that many non-artifact spells, but you have white for Steelshaper's Gift, red for Galvanic Blast and Shrapnel Blast,
Sure.
sometimes black for Vault Skirge, although I imagine you don't do that. Is the color fixing of these cards and Glimmervoid particularly important to the deck, or did you ever think about just playing mono red and not worrying about that?
But if I play mono red, I cannot run this.
Oh,
maybe
sure.
this and this. But I think compared with other sideboards, I really need these 3.
Cool. Well, and let's talk about the cards in your sideboard. I mean, very quick, we see a lot of these in Affinity. You know, you've got Darksteel Citadel as an artifact land, 7 creature lands that can hold on to Cranial Plating and can get Arcbound Ravager counters.
Yes.
But you said that the sideboard was why it was important to play multicolor. Let's look at the cards that aren't red in your sideboard. You have 2 Ethersworn Canonist and 2 Spell Pierce.
Yeah.
Now, what are those cards doing for your deck?
This card is just against the Stone deck and the Pyromancer Ascension.
Right.
Yep, it's just in case. But I think maybe not too many people will play that deck.
Right.
But just in case.
Yeah, you don't want to be unprepared.
Yeah.
And now, what about Spell Pierce?
I didn't saw many Affinity deck run this sideboard before, but I think against Delver's removal, maybe more than 20 non-creature spells.
Right, because they have to play that many because of Delver of Secrets.
Yeah, maybe if he want to kill my creature in his turn, this spell can give him a shock and disturb his tempo.
Right.
Maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
So those are sort of the non-red cards, but probably the most red card in the format, a card that everyone's talking about, is Blood Moon, which can be devastating against the sack land, Ravnica land, mana bases that you see people run. What do you want to bring in Blood Moon against?
The jump is the most afraid this card.
Oh yeah.
And maybe some blue, red, white Delver.
Okay.
It's also afraid this card. But I think maybe didn't work in this tournament because everybody know you have Blood Moon and searching for the best land. So maybe I will play on the first. Maybe on the draw, no sideboard.
Right, because being able to get it when they have 2 rather than 3 lands obviously just totally changes their ability to cast spells. All right, and finally, a lot of these cards are cards we see a lot of, but if you can just explain to us why they're there. We've got 2 Ancient Grudge, 2 Whipflare, 2 Torpor Orb, and 2 Relic of Progenitus. What do you want each of these cards in what matchup?
This is a mirror mage.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, weirdly.
And this for the Delver deck with guys. Yeah.
Right.
And the Delver, maybe some 0-1 cat.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Yeah, it is. Step links. Yep.
And this just for the combo, Kiki Jackie's combo.
Right.
Or some maybe twins, but I think no one play twins. just in case.
Yeah, of course.
And this one is for some he called a big creature.
Oh, the Tron. Oh, yeah, right. If you're casting Gifts Ungiven and then Unburial Rites for something like an Iona.
Something use the graveyard.
Yeah, yes, right.
Just put 2 in case against the deck. Yeah.
And something that does work out is that all of these cards that are pretty narrow sideboard cards, along with Ethersworn Canonist, are artifacts. So it still fuels your Cranial Plating.
Yes.
Gives you Metalcraft, cards that other people were playing, but really sort of maximize their value in the Affinity deck. Well, anyway, again, this is Tzu-Ching Kuo, fresh off his victory at the World Magic Cup. I'm Zac Hill here at the Tournament Center. You see a very aggressive, very straightforward robots list. Like you said, sometimes you don't have to outplay your opponents every turn. You just cast spells and they lose. So. I think it's a pretty bold choice for this tournament. We'll have to wait and see. Thanks again. Stay tuned for more Modern Magic here at the Players' Championship.